Wednesday. It is December the 16th, 2020. Welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Hannah, and I think this is Flosstube 11. Because my last Flosstube was 10 because I had a giveaway. So that giveaway is still going. It goes on for one more week. I will be choosing a winner next Wednesday, the 23rd. I think it's the 23rd because I think it's like 2 days before Christmas. Anyway, so yeah, so if you are interested in that giveaway, go back to the last video because I'm not checking this video for giveaway stuff. So that was in my Flosstube 10, so if you're interested in my giveaway, go back to Flosstube 10. Today I don't have as much stuff to show you guys as I had last week. I know, it was crazy last week. I tried to get through it really quickly because I had to do that video twice. I'm hoping that I don't have to do this video twice. It's currently snowing. I think it's not snowing anymore. I think it's sleeting now outside, but it snowed for a good chunk, a couple hours. I think it was like from, I don't know, 11:30 till a couple of minutes ago it stopped, and now it's sleeting. So it's crazy. Luckily we had our holiday party at work. Well, at work. We had a virtual holiday party today, so I got to finish work at like 12:30, 1-ish. So I've been stitching for the past, I don't know, 2 hours-ish, and so I have things to show you. I am going to be looking at the old pictures on my phone because I know I show them here, but I can never remember. I've like realized that as I'm talking about, like, you know, here's where I am now, I never can actually remember where I was before until I edit the video, and then I'm like, oh, that's where I was before, that's how much progress I had. I don't actually know when I'm making the video, so I'm going to actually be looking at the old pictures on my phone just to see. So let's get started with WIPs. I think all I have today are my WIPs. I don't have anything else to show. I'm hoping that eventually I will, before next week, I think this weekend I'm going to try to FFO my Christmas presents because I haven't done it yet. I've just been putting it off. I don't know. They're not going to be hard, they're small, but I just have been putting it off, so I'm going to hopefully do that this weekend and show you next week before I give them as Christmas presents. Hopefully. So all I have today are WIPs, and we'll get into those, I think, now. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the top thing that's on my pile. These are not in any kind of chronological order of when I worked on them. I am finished WIP Wranglers in Semi-Sane, so I finished that yesterday. So now it's just, I'm kind of doing something similar to WIP Wranglers on my own. I'm spinning a wheel of all my projects that I'm working on for No New Starts, and I will spin a wheel. That will be the project I work on, and then I'm actually rolling a dice to see how many stitches I do, but I'm not rolling a 6-sided dice, I'm rolling a 20-sided dice to see how many stitches I'm doing, and I'm multiplying that number by 100. So I rolled, after I finished WIP Wranglers, I spun Mulan, and I rolled a 13, so I'm doing 1,300 stitches on Mulan. So, I don't know, I found that kind of fun in WIP Wranglers, but I wanted to do kind of some bigger numbers, so I decided to do the 20-sided die because if I do roll like a 20 and I multiply that by 10, that's 2,000 stitches, which is a lot more than like the 600 stitches that I was doing before. And I could have done 600, or I could have done the multiplied by 100 doubled, but I just ended up deciding, you know, it's fine. I'll just do the 20-sided die. I think it's fun. And we'll see how long that goes on for. I'll probably do that until the end of this month, and then once all of the new stuff starts happening for like magical stitches and all of that, we'll go from there. I'm also doing the road trip in Frogbusters, so that's been fun. The next one that I've created for January does not have the 1,300 stitch count that this one did. I know some people have skipped that, and it's totally fine. That's allowed. I've made it so that you can do some of the prompts and not all of the prompts. You know, it's just whatever you can do, you do. And so I know some people have skipped that. I did it, and I'm almost done the road trip. So that ends on this coming Tuesday. So we have a little less than a week to get that done. But anyway, let's start with WIPs. So I worked on five things, I think, since the last time that we spoke. So the first thing that I pulled out of my pile, again, these are not in order. I don't know when I worked on them. WIP Wranglers got crazy, so these are just in no particular order. So I worked on Castles in the Air. Love this piece. I am truly, truly loving this. I think it was yesterday. I was on Long Dog's website, and I was like, oh, I could do Pandemic. I've already picked out fabric I want to use for Pandemic. I've already picked out, well, I don't know what flosses I want to use. I'm going to use silks, probably from Silks For You, and I'm thinking about just getting like 5 hanks, because if you get 5 hanks, you get a 6th one for free. They'll send you a 6th one if you just tell them what you want in like a comment to your order. So I picked out 5. Well, I've picked out 6, but I've picked out 5 that I'm willing to pay for, and then 1 that I'd like to get for free. I'm not going to buy them, though, yet, because I want to get closer to finishing this, and I'm, like, not even, I mean, I just started, y'all know, I just started, essentially. So I'm not started, and I can't start it in 2021, unless I decide to do that as my 1 free start. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Oh, I do have a couple of other things to show. Not really a couple. I bought a chart, and then I got a free chart. So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, Castles in the Air. Here is what it's going to look like when it's finished, and where it was last time. And here is where it is now. Sorry about the see-through and the random thread, but you know, what can you do? I'm working on putting that one in. But that's where I am now. So I have my first castle. Completed. Now, and minus the backstitch. I'm going to do backstitch last, most likely. The border across the top is all the way completed. And I think I'm just going to do as much on this page first as I can. I don't know. I'm kind of just going wherever the pattern takes me. So it's kind of fun because I'm only using one color. And this is 32 count linen by Fabrics by Stephanie, and it's called Autumn Splendor. And the silks are Silks For You in some off-white cream variegated color. It's variegated like cream, white, ecru. You can't see it in the video, but some of my pictures, I've been using Instagram a little bit more recently, so you can see them a little bit on my pictures on Instagram and on Facebook. So yeah, I'm really loving this. I've got a little bird. I don't know, you can't see. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a little bird right here. So cute. I love this. So that is mainly what I did since the last time, I think, is just the castle and the bird. Oh, and the last time we didn't have the whole top strip up there. So we had all of the like triangular bits, but we didn't have the whole strip across the top. And then we didn't have the triangular bits going down this way and the castle in this. So that's what I've done since last week. I've been loving this. I never want to actually put it down. Like, I'm addicted, which is so funny because this was not my jam last year. Like, this was not something I wanted to do. I wasn't interested. I mean, even when Pandemic came out for free, I I didn't snag it because I didn't think I would ever want to do it. And here I am now going, I gotta pay for Pandemic. Which is fine. I'm totally okay paying for Pandemic, but I'm like, why didn't I snap up the offer? Because I didn't think I wanted to. So the next thing I'm grabbing out of my pile is Baker Street, and I will show what it's going to look like and where it was last time. And I got quite a bit done on this. So I just did a lot of fill-in, and you'll see it's actually a lot of fill-in. So here is where I am. You know what? I can just do this because it's not. It's mainly on one side. Here is where I am now. So, I mean, you can see I did pretty much all the fill-in over here. I've done all of the half stitches on the first page, so there's no more half stitches left. Now I'm just filling in with the full stitches on the first page. I love how this looks. And I know some people do half stitches a little bit differently. Like, I don't know why, but I do my half stitches, I do the bottom leg, actually, as, like, if I was to do a full stitch, I do the bottom leg as my half stitch. And I like the contrast of how that looks. Sorry about the light. I know it's really bad. It's just gloomy out because of the snow. It's gloomy, but it's nice to have snow, right? But I like the contrast of how that looks with the bottom leg kind of being different from the full cross. So I'm okay with it. I know some people are like, oh, you have to do the half stitch as if you were doing the top leg of the cross, but I can never remember to do that, first of all, and I don't really care. I think it looks fine. So that's where I am on that one. And I'll show this one last. Actually, I'll show this one second to last. Okay, then I worked on, well, I didn't work on anything. I mean, I don't know when I worked on these, but next in my pile is Pokemon, and this is the Sprite version, the original Generation 1 sprites, and it's a free pattern. Oh, I forgot to mention, the Long Dog, Castles in the Air was a Long Dog sampler. The Baker Street is from Mandarink's Design on Etsy. Some great patterns there. Thanks, Alma. Thanks, Alma, for getting me addicted. And this one is Pokemon is a free pattern. I got it on Lord Libidin. I think there's a couple other places you can get them, but they are free so far as I know from everywhere that you could find them. So since the last time, oh, here is where what it will look like and where it was last time. And since the last time, I've gotten a good chunk done. Let's see. Here it is now. So I think last time I only had like a little bit of this yellow here. I still only have a little bit of the yellow, but it's a little bit more of the yellow. So this is actually right where that yellow stops. That's the end of the pattern. So this is how wide it will be. And I gave myself some pretty decent margins. I don't know why I gave myself such big margins, but it's fine. It is what it is, right? And so I worked on some of the steps, the stair steps there. So I didn't have, I think I had just a part of Gyarados' mouth done, and now he is full mouth. He has his full mouth there. And there's still quite a bit to go. This one I know the fabric is, I think, 28 count. I'm doing it 1/1. Baker Street, I have no idea what the fabric count is because it was just random, something that I bought from someone and there was no label on it or anything. I think it's 32, but I'm not actually sure, so it doesn't matter. It could be 36. But this one I think is 28. Could be 32. I don't remember. But I'm doing it 1/1, full cross. And that's that. Okay. And then what I'm working on currently, I'll just pull this out because I want to show you the last thing I want to show you is there's a little bit more story to that one. So this one obviously is Mulan, and I am currently working on it. I'm trying to get, I think I have like a little less than 1,000 stitches to do on my recent spin, and then I'll spin again and see what I'm working on next. But let's see, where was I? Here is what it will look like and where it was last time. So here is where it is now. Look, she has a full face. Woohoo! And I've actually hit the top of the pattern. So that is the very tippy top. There are still, I think, 2 pages underneath. So there's still like 11 pages left to do on this, but 11 pages sounds really nice to me, when most of my patterns are like, oh, I still have over 50 pages left to do, you know, craziness. But yeah, that's where she is. So I finished up her face, started doing the flowers in her hair, got to the top of the pattern, did some of the like over arch thing that's up at the top. Whoopsies. And so I just need to finish her hair. Her hair will be finished within, you know, the next, this stitching session on her. I'm not sure if the page will be finished. I don't think the page will be finished, but I could be wrong. And I think that after I finish her hair, the only other part on the piece that is not yellow on this page is the arch at the top. So, yay! Look at that. I'm so excited. And I also, I mean, gave myself really giant margins with this one too. This is how much I have left at the top. All of that. And then this is how much I have left at the side. I don't know why I gave myself such giant margins, but hey, I'd rather have too much margin than too little margin. But I'm super excited. She's getting there. I mean, I'm still far, far a long way off, but she has a face now. I'm not just working on her dress. I will be eventually just working on her dress again, but. And then the last piece, this piece, okay. I decided to restart. I know. Some of you will have seen this already. I posted it on, I didn't show a picture or anything, but I posted it on Facebook in No New Starts. So if you are in No New Starts, I know Lisa, I think it was Lisa, she commented and she was like, oh no, which one did you restart? Because I watched your first video and I know you were not liking one of your projects. Well, I didn't like it, and so I restarted. And this was something that I've been thinking about doing. I had put in over 200 hours of work onto that piece. I had over 20,000 stitches done. Now granted, they were all half stitches, so it really totaled up to 10,000, but like even still, that's a lot. But I was not happy. I was not enjoying it. Every time I'd pull it out, I like dreaded working on it. So, and it wasn't necessarily the fabric, I think it was because I was doing half stitch, and I know some people like switch between half stitch and full stitch and they say they can't see a difference. Well, I had done 20,000 stitches already and I didn't think that was, and they were in the middle of the piece. Had it been like around the outside or something, it probably would have been fine with switching, but they were right smack dab in the middle, and so I didn't think that it would look right if I just switched to full cross. So I looked through my fabric stash and I had a piece that was big enough. I can fit 2-inch margins on each side. Well, technically I can fit 2 inches on the left and right, and I could have fit more on the top and the bottom, but I just did 2 inches, so the bottom will just have a bigger margin, I think. Or it's vice versa. I don't remember, but I know one side will have a bigger margin than the other. I don't care. As long as I have at least 2 inches on each side, I'm fine. But yes, I restarted, and I'm talking about dogs. This was a Mystic Stitch pattern. It was like the first not designed by me pattern that I ever started. So, I'm much happier now. I'm doing it on 25. It's one of the cuts of the 25 count that I use for everything else that I do that's on 25 count. My friend gave me like a bolt of 25 count, so I had so much of it, and I've used a lot of it for like my supersized and heads and all that. So I had 2 pieces left, and I decided to use one of those pieces and do a restart. So this is 25 count 1/1. I will show you what it's going to look like. And I don't have a where it was before. I mean, I do have a where it was before. Do I? Hold on. If I have one, yeah, I have one, so I can show you how much I had gotten done. So I might insert that here. But that is not where I am now. So, my restart. I did 200 stitches. It's ready for new starts. So that is, I think it's like 220 stitches or something. Yeah, so that's where I am now. But I am so much happier working 1/1 full cross rather than 2/1 half 10 stitch. I like it so much better. As you would have seen in the picture I just put up, I started in the middle last time. Well, I started on the edge this time, so I'm starting in a different place, which I hope will help. But it's a lot bigger now, obviously, because it's on 25 and not 28. But I started in a different place, so I'm hoping that because I started somewhere else, it won't make this boring, because I've already stitched it before, but I haven't stitched this spot. So eventually I'm going to get to the pages that I had finished, but I'm hoping that it'll be far enough in the future, which it will be, because those were smack dab in the center, and I'm not getting smack dab to the center anytime soon. So, I don't know, we'll see. But that's where I am. That's where I am now. So I went from all of that, and I just threw that fabric away because I did start from the middle, and so I was not picking 20,000 stitches. I'm not doing that. And I couldn't easily like cut the fabric to be any kind of shape or size that I would need, so I just tossed the whole bit in the garbage. And I didn't feel bad about it, actually. It was fine. It actually felt really relieving. So I'm not upset about it. The reason I decided to do it finally was I was watching Carla's video. I think she's Craft Addict K on Flosstube. Her and her daughter have a Flosstube, and they chit-chat, and she was talking about all of her haves and how she had restarted, like, all of the restarts that she had done. And that kind of inspired me to go, okay, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Let me see if I have fabric. I did, so I did it. This isn't the first piece that I've ever actually restarted, so hopefully we never need to do that again. I've learned I don't like half stitch. if it's not called for. I don't mind it, weirdly, I don't mind it if it is called for, because I don't know why, I don't know what that is about, but I didn't like it on this piece, so I've learned. Anyway, that's that. The only other thing I want to share with you is a chart that I bought yesterday. I was laying in bed and I had, thought, I was like, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to buy this next week on payday. I couldn't do it. I couldn't wait. So I'm talking about the new limited edition Heaven and Earth design. The artist this month is Laura Prindle, and the artwork is called Kieran. I think that's how it's said. But anyway, here's what it looks like. I could probably show you. There we go. That looks pretty good, actually. So that's what it looks like. I love this. I thought it was wintry, but not like Christmassy, which I don't. I'm starting to not mind Christmassy stuff either, which is, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Some Christmas things. I don't want to do everything Christmas, but there are a couple of Christmas things that I'm kind of like, oh, that's not so bad. And actually, speaking of, so that's the one that I bought. I bought that last night. It's the limited edition. It will be gone, I think the 15th of every month is when the new one comes out. So next month it will disappear and a new one will come up. This is the second limited edition I've ever bought. The first one was Magic Study, and they actually brought that one back because a lot of people had missed out when they didn't, I guess they didn't realize or something, but they brought that one back for a second time, and it just went away yesterday, and the new one came out. So this is my second one. Magic Study was my first, and we'll see. Some of them they're not my style, so I don't necessarily feel like I need them. Hopefully that doesn't change. Full coverages, I've pretty much figured out what I like, but now we're getting into like the non-full coverage stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know what I like. I like everything. So with that being said, I also picked up, I don't know if I can find a picture of it, a free pattern, and I think Lisa, Shady Tree Stitchers. I'm not sure if she's doing it. You know what, I can just go to Dizzy Stitcher's Flosstube, because he, maybe, if I can find him. Whoa. Oh, there it is. Hold on one second. I promise. I am getting there. I just need to pull up a picture of this piece. Okay. So I've seen a couple people working on this one, and I didn't think I wanted it, but now, it's really pretty. And I decided, I kind of want it. So I'm talking about, it's called Joyous Noel. I don't know if that's how they say it in French, but Joyous Noel, this one. It is it's a sampler. I thought that I didn't want this, and I'm trying. It's still not like my favorite in the world. Like, I'm obviously not starting it now. I might start it next year if I'm still feeling like I want to do samplers, but I'm learning that if it's a free pattern, even if you don't know if you want it, just scoop it up, because either you'll end up having to pay for it if you decide you want it, pandemic, or it's going to go away and you're never going to be able to get it. So just pick it up if it's free, just in case, because you you don't know, your tastes might change, like mine have been doing. And this is called for a bunch of like flosses that I don't have, and I know you can find conversions for DMC and things, but I think I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna go through my pile of stuff. Probably the red will probably be like, well, depending. There's a couple of different reds in here, but I'll probably use like 666 for one of them, obviously. But yeah, so that's the other one that I picked up. I didn't pay for it. It's free. If you go to Dizzy Stitcher, I could link it, but I'm not going to. I'm probably just not going to put anything in the drop box below. I've done it once where I put like a bunch of stuff down there. That's so time consuming. If you go to Dizzy Stitcher here on Flosstube, in his Flosstube 31, he has a link. I'm not sure how long that pattern is going to be out for. If it's going to be free forever, who knows? I don't know. But if you're interested in that one and you think you might eventually want to do it, even if you don't want to do it now, I would pick it up. So yeah, Flosstube 31 on Dizzy Stitcher's Flosstube. How many times can you say take a drink every time I say Flosstube? I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. Look at that, 30 minutes. I can do five things in 30 minutes. When I'm not rushing. I hope that this one does upload though, because the last time, I swear. Okay, I think that's it. So I will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully I'll have some fully finished stuff to show you. At least 2. I'm not sure how many pieces I'm going to be working on up until then. I know I have like a little less than 1,000 to do on Mulan, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys later.